where the planets are in the sky. I guess they're where they're supposed to be. I allowed myself to put the air conditioner on. I always thought about wasting gas. And then I said, there you go, really fun. So, there was no room in the back of Walmart, so we were sort of like castaways in this little space. They have 4 bays where you put the trucks. This was in the very first bay, and there was really no room. The truck had 2,200 pieces in it. So then we had a produce truck, and we had to clear that. And then so they started sending back all these weird kind of people who usually don't work back there, and I really had fun with it. We had sort of like a Gilligan's Island theme going on, because Robert, who works in the front, he's very take charge, but doesn't really have much common sense. And I was upset that I had to pull the pallets and stuff while he was there, but he was definitely Gilligan. So I have 8 people who work here. I sort of forget who everybody was, but Luis, I just met him for the first time today, working back there, from Morocco, I think it is, or lived in Morocco or something like that. He's definitely the skipper. Definitely, I'll explain how enlightening he is as far as knowing the world, whatever they call that. I don't know, like a diplomat, I guess. Gilligan, a skipper to the millionaire. Definitely Izzy, because Izzy threw the truck, and he likes to study all these financing books. And his wife, the wife of the movie, see, that's where it gets touchy. The movie star. It didn't start. I started off as definitely the professor, but as it turns out, I'm Ginger. I became the movie star, and that's day 338 because I make movies, so I have to be the Ginger. And so I am Ginger. Who else do we have here? Gilligan, a skipper to the millionaire, and his wife, the movie star, Professor and Marianne. So we'll give the professor to Gidriff, and Marianne was definitely Sarah, who usually works in electronics, but she wanted to be a man. She wanted to be the professor. But I don't know, we don't have room for everybody if everybody wants to be the professor. So we have Gilligan as Robert, Luis is Skipper, Lovey Howe is, who did we say again? The movie star is me. The professor is Gidriff. Marianne is, I guess Emily would have to be, because I have 8 people here. There were 7 people on the island. There were 8 on our island. Robert was Gilligan. Luis was Skipper. Mrs. Howe. How does that make sense? Andre can be no, Andre can be Mrs. Howe. Izzy, Mr. Howe. Ginger is me, and Marianne is, and Emily was back there too. So Emily's sort of like the professor. I don't know, but we had fun with it. And also, whatever we call that word, cultural diversity. Back there, I was having good conversations with Gidriff from Kenya and Luis from Morocco. And we were talking about worldly kind of stuff, like the fighting when it goes down to side versus side, that Israel and Pakistan, the Palestine, where they throw stones at each other, and they have borders, and the borders are terrible, and the kids grow bitter and bitter generation after generation. And Luis is a very smart person. That's why he's my skipper for tonight. Because I said, was there any place ever where they had that kind of combat, that mortal fighting, and they ever solved their problems? Solved them out. And his eyes lit up. He was so happy. He said, yes, there was. And I watched the documentation on it. How it worked was in Rwanda back in 1995, where the oppressed class rose up over whoever, the dictator or whatever it is here. Just sort of like they put that dead or alive thing out for Gaddafi just recently. So it gives like a higher consciousness of that here we are in America, and you're not as tough because we have such safety, such government-controlled laws. Like, I think if I would be on a dirt road, is this safe? Is there anything I could do to follow? But it's really controlling your own destiny, which brought me to the Rwanda story. How they solved it then was we have the fable when you're in school, bigger weapons, more power. That's what it's all about. Us versus them, side versus side. But what they did down there is they did not bring weapons in. They brought psychologists from all the nations and sat down, and they said it was a cathartic kind of, whatever that word is, thing where they sat down with each person and talked through, not with weapons, but with your voice, sort of like my explosion going on. And by the end of it, they had people apologizing to the people who they killed, and then also forgiving from the side of the families who lost people. And I think they came at them with machetes, was what it was. My geography history. So that's my skipper for tonight. It's pretty neat. I didn't get to work with Robert. We didn't get the truck done until almost 9 o'clock. So I am the movie star, and I'll keep on making movies. Day 338.
fields of destruction, baptisms of fire. I've witnessed your suffering as the battle raged high. And though it was so bad, in the fear and the alarm, you did not desert me, my brothers and others. There's so many